Guys, it's Miss Alicia, spiritual wellness mindset coach, helping people who struggle with forgiveness and the negative impact of starting over. I'm not a doctor, I am a coach. Today's message is take it serious. Coming from Genesis chapter 19. This is actually part 2. There's a video before this one, and it's called Maybe Today or Any Day, and that is from Genesis 18. The ending of Genesis 18 was angels leaving Abraham's home and on their way to Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord had instructed them to go down, check it out, evaluate, because he wanted to make sure to see if the outcry that has reached heaven was all what it was. And he said, if so, I'll know. So, coming with Genesis chapter 19. This takes place with Abraham's nephew, Lot. But before I get into the message, I want to know, have you ever had someone that you know come to you urgently and tell you to get up and do something, that you had to do it right away? And you're looking at them like, basically, why would I do that? You think it's a joke. You didn't take it serious. But in actuality, it was serious, and you should have done it. Or have you ever said, I'm grown. I'm 18. I'm past 18. I do what I want, say what I want, live how I want. This is me. These are my rules now. You ever said that? I know that I have to some extent. Couldn't wait until I turned 18. I was able to do the things that I wanted to do, You're no longer under your parents' home with their rules, their regulations. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? No matter how old we get, God still has rules and regulations. And there is a certain way that he wants us to live. Yes, he has given us free will, but he has also left behind his word. And he wants us to follow it. Now you might say, well, Miss Alicia, I don't believe in God. Or I'm not following nobody's word. I'm going to do what I want to do. I hear you. I'm not one to be trying to get up in people's business. But I will let you know that God has called me to speak on forgiveness. And I am a watchman for my assignment, which is forgiveness. When God gave me this assignment, I did not feel worthy. I still don't, but I'm going to do it. There will be times when I get on here and say things that may make us all feel uncomfortable. Just remember, I am working for the Lord, okay? And there are many of you that are supposed to be doing the same. And there are many of you that are doing the same. And you would understand what I mean when God gives us a word and he says, let my people know. Why do people tell people anything? People that love you, why are they telling you certain things? Because they care. Because they want you to be on the right track. Because they want you to stay on the right track. Because they want to provide clarity to you. Because they want you to mature. Because they want you to see the big picture, right? There are 3 definitions that I want to share with you before I get into this message. The first one is the word joke. Joke is when somebody says something to cause you to be amused, to laugh, you understand? To be excited, to give you a story, a funny punchline. The next word is punish. Punish means to discipline, inflict, penalize, tear down. And lastly, the word merciful. Merciful is to show or express mercy, kind, kind and patient. So now I'm going to talk about the message. This message is about Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed. So it says that on part 2, the angels, which they say the men, had come into Sodom now. And Lot was sitting at the entrance of Sodom. And when he looked up, he saw these men. And just like his uncle Abraham, he went to them. He bowed down to them and called them lords. And he immediately ushered his hospitality. And he said, let me wash your feet. Let me get you something to eat. Let you come to my home and let me take care of you before you go on your way. Lot didn't know either why they were there or where they were going. He was just giving his hospitality. So the men said, no, we're going to stay in the square. But Lot was insistent. He was like, no, come, please, please, please do that for me. Come to my home. So they agreed and they went there. It says that Lot made sure that they were well taken care of and that he fed them. I'm pretty sure that they had some small talk, some chit chat. But it says then time had went by and it was time for everybody to go to sleep, to go to bed, right? But it says just during that time, there was a loud noises out there and it was people calling Lot's name. It says men and young men from all around the city was yelling Lot's name and telling him, we know you got some men up in there. Tell them to come out. We want to make out with them. That's what they said. And so it says that Lot came outside and he shut the door behind him. And he was like, no, please don't do this. Don't do this wicked thing. He said, I got 2 daughters in here. They ain't never been with a man. You can have them do as you please. And they're like, no, we want them. We want the men. And he said, please don't do this wicked thing. And they said, you know what? You're just a foreigner. Who are you to judge and tell us what to do? You know what? We'll do to you worse than what we'll do to them. And it says when they said that, it says that the angels snatched Lot back up in the house and shut the door. Because it says that the men started pressing toward Lot, trying to really get up in there to get these men. And it says that the angels struck blindness on them that was pressing near the door trying to get in, that they couldn't find the entrance to open the door. Isn't that something? Then it says that the angels told Lot, look here, it's time to go. We're about to destroy this place. You got to go. So anybody that's attached to you, you better get them now because this place is going to be destroyed. So it says that Lot ran to go and tell his son-in-laws to be, hey, come on. The Lord is about to destroy this place. They looking like they don't believe it. And I really can't get mad at these people because we don't know. Nothing like this had ever happened. God was going to destroy. You would really have to just believe the person that's talking to you for you to really move and do something, But he said, come on, we got to go now. The Lord is about to destroy this place. But they didn't listen. So it says that Lot ran back, to go and talk to his wife and his kids and said, come on, we got to go now. And the angels is like, get out of here right now, right? You ain't had time to pack. You ain't had time to say goodbye to your neighbors, nothing. You got to go, right? And so that angel told him, he said, listen, you got to go now. And it says that Lot was like hesitating. Like, I imagine you scared, you nervous. All of a sudden, last thing you remember is y'all was finna get ready to go to bed. Everybody's finna lay their head down. And now all this chaos is kicking up. And he's saying, okay, wait. And it says that the angel spared him and just grabbed him by the hand anyway and grabbed his wife and grabbed his kids and ushered them on out, right? I imagine ushering them out probably the back door or something and told them to go and don't turn back. Don't stop nowhere. Just keep going. So it says as he was saying, Lot was saying, I'm not going to be able to make it all the way up into the mountains. He said, there's a town nearby. Can I at least go there? I think I would die if I tried to get there. And he said, they said, go now, go there. And we can't do nothing until you actually get there. And he said, and don't turn around. So it says that as they were running, his wife looked back. And when his wife looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt. Now, I know y'all might say, "Oh, she crazy. You know, that's her fault. She turned into a pillar of salt. That's her fault. She should have listened." It's many of us like that. I personally can't fault that woman. You have to think. Something happening that ain't never happened before. All of a sudden you hear all this chaos and you tempted to want to look back, but you got to stare straight and keep focusing and running forward. She turned into a pillar of salt. It says that once they finally got there, dawn was starting to rise. And it says when they got there, all they knew was that God had rained down fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah and burned it up. Burned up the people, the vegetation, everything. Everything. So why are you saying this, Miss Alicia? What does Genesis chapter 19 have to do with me? Well, first of all, I want you to know it's not easy giving some of these messages because I know majority of you who are listening, y'all grown. And you saying, "I don't know what you're trying to tell me, Miss Alicia, but I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it." But I want to let you know that God has rules and regulations, whether we believe to do them or not. These are the end times. And God is telling us to pay attention. And we need to be ready to know when it's time to make a move. God is not playing in this hour. He's watching. He's evaluating. And we have time now to work on ourselves. You understand? The forgiveness in this, what is it? God forgive me for not taking things serious that I know would benefit my life. God forgive me for looking back at things that don't serve me a good purpose and not focusing moving forward that would better my life. Think about these things today. I truly have. Remember the word punish, joke, merciful. Think about it. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.